Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gameapult. Today we are going to play some Kerbal Space Program, and I was planning a video on space planes, but I need to learn a little bit more about space planes. Big surprise, right? I mean, this is my first video that you are ever going to see on this channel. I attempted a few times, and I didn't think it was worth it. So we're going to try this again. Well, to me. To you, this is my first attempt, and it really, truly is on this specific idea. So, for this episode, it's very simple. We are going to go to orbit. We are going to come back down. And that will be basically it. That's turret. What? It's not what I'm looking for. Oh, yes. We'll need that, but I need to find the one thing that is actually important here. I'm not seeming to find it. Is it aerodynamics? And I am an idiot. That was very, very unintelligent that I couldn't find it. And, well, I didn't even think that it could be in aerodynamics, which is actually really silly, because when you think about it, it's actually very excruciatingly obvious that it's where it was. Alright, this is not structural science. No, it's utility. It has to be utility. It's where I was looking. How do I overlook these things? See? I repeat, this is not my day. It really isn't. Right, so I need rogue shoots. The rule here is if a Kerbal dies, it is dead. It is, I repeat, it is absolutely 100% dead, which means that I cannot save it, no matter what I do. Alright, so, now that we've built our last stage of said rocket, we have to build the ascent stage, which actually might be a little bit harder than I remember it being, since there's actually less stuff that I can use, since I lost some of my, let's just say that I lost some of the features that I got in the past, so I actually can't do it exactly as I want. So, plan here, in the end, is I want to be able to ascend. See, I feel like this will not be a successful first test, but I feel like it would probably be better that I do it this way and have a way back down than to be like, oh, of course I'm going to succeed. Alright, so we're going to test this. We're going to call this Orbiter 1. Not you. What am I doing? Save. And we're going to launch. And hopefully this will work. Something tells me it might not. Which is fine. It is absolutely fine. Because we can just look, we can revert the flight, and Bob will be okay. So we're going to launch our first mission in 3, 2, 1, go. And we actually have liftoff very easily of Orbiter 1 and its mission to orbit. Yes. Wow. I must be tired. To orbit Kerbin. And so far, it seems to be pretty stable. I don't know if I can trust it, but we will see as we ascend into the great unknown, which isn't really that unknown in this game. Alright, so far, it's actually going really well. Going about 400 meters per second. And actually, we are overachieving when it comes to the plan. Alright. So. Right, and. Separate. What is the apoaps that we come out at? Still not enough. So I'm actually going to alright. Oh. Now I'm going to go ahead and attempt a manual orbit. And the reason for this is that all these fancy computers, ultimately, what it is it's actually very simple to achieve an orbit. I say that, and watch, we might fail. By the way, I have played with this account before. Like I said, I've done many things on this account. Always want a slightly upward trajectory so that it'll grow on my end of the orbit. Hopefully I can manage to... Hopefully this is enough fuel. But even if it's not, we got into space at the very least in this episode. But hopefully we don't only get to space and suffocate, because we will run out of electricity. We do not have the means to maintain this orbit. But for all intents and purposes of this episode, Kerbals have never been into outer space before, so it would be bad if they were unable to return home, in that there is no one out there to help them. So far, so good. We are running out of fuel very rapidly. So, hopefully, this orbit becomes an orbit in a relatively short amount of time. Hopefully, sooner rather than later. Alright. Now, we will cut the engines right now. We have achieved orbit. Now, what I want to do is do a retrograde burn, because I would wait until we get low into the atmosphere, but we are running on limited electricity here, which means that actually would not work. So go ahead and do the retrograde burn. And we quickly undo all the work that we have managed. And it's looking like it's nowhere but down from here. Just use the rest of the fuel. Why not? I mean, it's not like we're going to use it ever again. It's all disposable space program. Wait, so separate. Right, so it's nice. Okay, so now I need to decide what parachutes should deploy when. Because in order for me not to die, I have to make sure that everything is going to work when the time comes. Okay, so let's go ahead and flash forward, and hopefully everything will go as planned. Right, hopefully we don't run out of electric charge. so far. And now we are entering the atmosphere. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was close. That was ridiculous. And we are entering the atmosphere. Okay, so far, so good. We are quickly running out of electrocharge, which means we do need a quick... Right. Please, give me parachutes. Give me the chance for parachutes. And even though it's not necessary, I will extend the legs, even though it doesn't matter because we are over the ocean. But that was in case we were over land, because I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk blowing up the craft. Right, go ahead. Hey, game. I can't eject the ablator, apparently. I used to be able to, but apparently they changed it. Or that's a different ablator. Who knows? But either way, that mission seems to have been an absolute success. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And bye. Success.